passenger, so forth and so forth. But while you're thinking about it, let me kind of refresh where commercial aviation has come from. Okay, while you're thinking about what the future's going to be. In the early days, in the 20s and 30s, they were just the start of commercial airliners, ferrying mail, and then we can carry some people on board. So now we're going to put them in these wicker baskets. Had no seat belts or nothing. The frame is wood. Sidewalls are just made out of fabric. Then through the ages, things have upgraded. They actually put in leather seats, bigger engines, metal frames, even actually gave you some air conditioning. And if you were lucky, my God, pop the fizz in glass. And they actually, in the 40s and the 50s, which is when it really blossomed, you know, they were serving your meal with china teacups and proper cutlery and linen, tablecloths. Now what do you get? A hard, crappy seat. You get a plastic table that folds down, and what do you get? More plastic with something that's supposed to be edible on another plastic tray. And what do you eat it with? A plastic fork. That's today. So what is it going to happen? What is commercial aviation, passenger carrier aircraft going to be like in the future? Have you thought about it? Probably not. I'm thinking, well, the airlines during this rough period, actually they've had a few rough periods since the 90s and the Gulf Wars and so forth. From a commercial pilot point of view, technology's increased immensely. I mean, I was a commercial pilot, I was doing full autolands, blind landings back in the 80s. That was a pilot's point of view. Dials and knobs and thrust levers and all the flashing lights and everything. Blind landing, nighttime, in the fog, all done automatic. Today, before I left aviation a few years ago, I was doing quite a few automated landings and so forth. That's in the flight deck. But today, airlines, oh my God, the amount of training they have to pay to train up pilots, male and female. But, you know, it's a very labor-intensive avenue. And the airlines are trying to go automated. I personally can see commercial aviation going, you'll be getting on an aircraft, and there won't be any pilots on board, because it's all going to be automated. Believe it or not, in 1948, they were already doing automatic landings in 1948. But the airlines don't want pilots. Actually, they don't want pilots anymore. They don't want the guys to be, you know, the jet jockeys. They want a technician. Really, they want technicians. They wanted technicians a long time ago because pilots are expensive. You got to continuously train them. And to do a full automatic landing, you had to have 3 things in place to do a fully automated landing. Number 1, the whole flight crew had to be completely certified to do blind landings. Number 2, the aircraft had to be fully certified to do blind landings. And number 3, the airport had to be fully licensed to approve automatic landings at airports. So that's 3 layers of complexity and expense. Now, if you took out the pilots, the human aspect, you've cut out 1/3 of the expense. So I can see that the future of commercial passenger aviation won't start with no pilots on the aircraft. Initially, it'll probably be freighters, be fully automated. And the reason why is the public is not ready to accept a fully automated airline. But look We're already getting psycho-trained into thinking about automation, because how many people have driven in an automated car with their hands off the wheel and the car is doing everything? So what is the difference about an airplane? It doesn't quite feel like that, does it? So it's the psyche. You have to get to the psyche. And airlines are trying to convert you to get rid of the psyche. So let's say the pilots have gone out the window. Let's look at the back end of the aircraft, where you are sitting right now. I envision, oh, I want to get a drink. I'm waiting for the drinks trolley. But there's no trolley dolly on the end of the dolly, because it's on little tiny wheels and it's self-propelling itself down the aisle with two eyeballs. So can you imagine it? You're looking down, I want to get my drink, I want my gin and tonic. And there's this automated box with two eyeballs. Fully AI. So when it comes up to your seat and it kind of looks at you, seat number 23C, what would you like to drink? In today's environment, how is this automated box supposed to, are you male or female or some other gender? So how are they going to address you, this automated system? So I just say, okay, well, seat number 23C, what would you like to drink? And you just say, I want a gin and tonic. Oh, please put your credit card in. Totally automated. No fun in that. Next person. It moves along silently. No trolley dollies, or no one pretending to be a trolley dolly, no one in certain glitzy clothing or whatever. I don't know where it's going to go. But believe it or not, do you know that Ryanair at one stage was going to do away with all their seating in their aircraft? They were going to have bars with seat belts on them, so people were going to stand up, and you put a strap seatbelt on, and you're all stood up. You can get in 3 times the amount of people. Fact! Absolute fact! They had actually studied it with Boeing. Thank God. Feels bad enough to have to put coins in the toilet to get in.